Welcome to Boys from the Bridge. This is an official channel dedicated to Chelsea FC and football in general. Everything you need to know, everything you want to know, it happens right here, right now. Let's get into it. So today we have a lot to talk about. Our focus this week is on the Liverpool game that's happening on Sunday. So in this video I will be doing a preview to that game, as well as some other topics that I will be covering. Another thing that I will be talking about is my predicted lineup for the game on Sunday, as well as my review on the home, away, and the not so great third shirt that we have released. The first thing I want to talk about is Edward Mendy. Now Edward Mendy, as we all know, is a goalkeeper, and we have been linked to him for a good amount of time now. It looks like he has finally passed his medical, and we have officially signed him from around £20 million. It also looks like the team that Edward Mendy plays for, they're also very interested in Tomori going on loan for the season. Now I believe that we need to keep Tomori and we shouldn't let him go on loan for the season. We need to be able to play him. The only reason I would say Tomori should go is if he's not getting enough game time. Sorry, excuse the cat in the background that just jumped up. Moving on. Now, Ivanovic, who played an absolute important role in the Champions League final in 2012, and he had a good career at Chelsea. I had the privilege of actually meeting Ivanovic when I went to go watch them live, so I'm a big fan of him. But he is officially signed for West Brom now, so it's going to be very good to see him back in England and in the Premier League, although he is at the end of his career, so it will be interesting to see how he's going to cope and adjust back to life in England and the Premier League. Now there's been a lot of speculation about Hudson-Odoi. Now we know that Hudson-Odoi was linked to Bayern Munich heavily last season due to the fact that, he didn't get much game time and he wanted game time. With the likes of all our signings that we have signed now, such as Ziyech, Havertz, it doesn't look like he's going to be getting that much game time. I'm a big fan of him. I personally hope that he starts on Sunday, but it doesn't look like it. I think he is a very underrated player. I do not think that selling him is the best option. Maybe the likes of loaning him could be a better option, but selling him is definitely not an option, as we have sold the likes of Lukaku, Salah, De Bruyne, and these guys have all become exceptional players at their respective clubs. Now, I'm not sure if everyone remembers this player, but it goes with the name of Oscar. Oscar is a Brazilian player that used to play for Chelsea before he moved to China for big money. Now, Willian and Luis, both of them traders, have both moved to Arsenal and currently playing for them. And they have been on the phone to Oscar asking him to come back to Arsenal. Now Oscar, it doesn't look like he wants to join Arsenal. I hope he doesn't, as we can't have any more Chelsea players going to Arsenal. But it looks like he actually wants to rejoin Chelsea. Now this is a very interesting rumour. I think the addition of Oscar in the team would always be a good choice to have. We have a very exceptional and good depth and quality at Chelsea in terms of the midfield players. But I do believe that having Oscar could be a good addition. So Havertz, he made his debut for Chelsea against Brighton. Didn't have the best of games, but it's understandable as he didn't have any pre-season games or much time to gel or train with the squad. I believe he was only there for 5 days before he played, so it's understandable that he didn't have the greatest of games. He's also come out and said in his interview that the Premier League is a lot harder than the Bundesliga and he's still adapting to life in England. So I'm hoping that on Sunday we're going to just see Havertz go up a notch and perform to a level we haven't seen yet. I'm extremely excited about Havertz. He also said his best position is that of a number 10, which is going to be behind Werner. I believe this will be the perfect position to him, and this will be the best position that he can play against Liverpool and will give us the best chances of us beating Liverpool. Ruben Loftus-Cheek didn't have the greatest of games by any means against Brighton. He is still recovering from his injury, so his form is still getting better. Now, there's been a lot of harsh critics in terms of Neville and Carragher that have come out and said that we should bank on him and get rid of him whilst we can at a reasonable price. I don't agree with this. Lampard came out and said that he needs time, and I agree with this. So I'm glad to see that Lampard is willing to give him time and not just give up on him. Gallagher has moved to West Brom on a season-long loan, so I wish him the best of luck. He is 20 years old, a very young English player that plays in midfield, so I hope that he has an exceptional season and provides lots of assists and goals. Some other news, such as Bale has moved back to Spurs. This is a very interesting story that has developed over the last few days, and it looks like he has completed a medical and will potentially save Spurs' season. Now, Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp has said that he can't do what Chelsea did in terms of signing all those expensive players, but that is actually not true at all. If you look at the combined team that faced Brighton and faced Leeds respectively, Chelsea's team was actually worth less. Now, I know that we have some very valuable players that are injured at the moment, but still, they have just signed an exceptional player from Bayern in Thiago. So I don't think it is fair for Jurgen Klopp to say this. So we have some injury news ahead of the Liverpool game. Kovacic, that was suspended for the Brighton game due to the fact that he got a red card in the FA Cup final against Arsenal. He is now back in contention, and I believe he should be starting against Liverpool. Some players that we know are out are Thiago Silva, who is still struggling with fitness. Ben Chilwell is still struggling with fitness. Ziyech is still struggling with fitness. And the likes of Pulisic, whose birthday was actually yesterday. Happy birthday to him. He is 22 years old. He is sadly injured. I hope that this is just a cover-up by Lampard and that they aren't actually injured. But at the end of the day, if that is the case, I hope that they'll be back in no time. Some more news. Now, Bakayoko joined us for £30 million from Monaco a few years back, and he has been all over the place on loan. AC Milan are extremely interested in signing him, and if we could potentially get £25 million for him, that would be an unbelievable amount of money for getting a player that didn't play and didn't achieve that well at Chelsea. Now, Liverpool, this is a huge game on Sunday. We know that Liverpool are currently the reigning champions, and they are definitely title contenders for this coming season. In order to beat them, we're going to have to play exceptionally and make hardly any mistakes. Our attack is going to have to be deadly. Luckily, Werner is fit. This is a big thing for us as Werner took a knock. Big matchups between the wingers and the midfielders is going to win Chelsea the game. I think the midfield battle is going to be extremely important, and whoever wins that will potentially win the game. The team I think is going to be best matched up to Chelsea is the following. Now, I'm not sure in terms of formation if we should do like a 4-2-3-1, a 4-3-3, or just play three centre-backs. I then have Reece James and Alonso that play on that either side in the midfield role. But in terms of the players that I think, I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1. So in goals, now I know that Mendy has signed for Chelsea, but I think it is coming at a bit too soon for him to start. So Kepa, does he start, does he not? I'm going to put him in because I think you have to keep faith in the goalkeeper. So Kepa is going to be the goalkeeper. Moving forward, I think Reece James had an exceptional game against Brighton. He scored an absolute banger of a goal, and therefore he has to start at right back. Now the centre-back, since Thiago Silva is not fit, the centre-back pairing of Zuma and Christensen was very good against Brighton, and I think it will stay the same for this game. I don't think Rudiger will come in. I think these two played very well, and therefore they will start. I am worried, however, that due to the fact that Kepa is very nervy, that shots will be taken from far, and therefore the likelihood of goals being scored is higher as Kepa seems nervous about saving. Left back, Marcos Alonso didn't have the greatest game at all defending, but going forward we know of his capabilities and his skill. So I think left back will be Alonso. The two holding midfielders is going to be Kante and Kovacic. They're going to play a pivotal role in their midfield, making sure that Liverpool's attack doesn't get a good hold of the game. The 3 players ahead of them is going to be Havertz. I'm hoping is going to play a number 10 role behind Werner. Werner, like I said, is luckily fit. He's going to be that one up front, in front of Havertz. On either side, I think on the left side, we are going to play Mason Mount, and he's going to interchange between Havertz, and I think this is going to be a very good way of breaking through Liverpool's defence. On the right-hand side, now this is where I'm not too sure. I think we should play Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think Ruben didn't play very well last week, and therefore he shouldn't keep his place. The likes of Ross Barkley, he never seems to play too well starting, but every time he comes off the bench, he seems to play very well. And therefore, I think Hudson-Odoi should play on the right. We should give him a chance. Now, my girlfriend is extremely excited about this game. Doesn't matter what she says. This is going to be her first Chelsea game she's watching. And you know what? I've got her a Chelsea shirt so she can wear and support the Blues. I'm going to be introducing her into the video now. She's going to be sharing some of her thoughts and enthusiasm and excitement into the game. And any potential questions she has, I will answer, as her knowledge of football isn't the greatest. Let me just pull her into frame. She's extremely light, so this won't be difficult. Joking. Here she is. Isn't she stunning? Now, how are you feeling about the game on Sunday?
I am ecstatic. I cannot wait to watch my first Chelsea game and see what it's all about. I mean, we've been together a little while, so I've seen Chelsea games, but never watched it beginning to end, sitting down, getting invested, like shirt on, wearing my...
Is there anything you would like to ask me regarding the Chelsea game on Sunday?
Yeah, why do you say that Liverpool is the best in the world? I thought Chelsea was.
They are. That's a good question. Chelsea, in my belief, is the best team in the world, but really in terms of what they've won, recently Liverpool won the Champions League, which is basically this tournament that happens in Europe. They also won the English Premier League, and they won the Super Cup. So basically, yeah, I have to say Liverpool are regarded as the best team in the world. So that's the kind of challenge we're going to be up against on Sunday.
Okay, I have another question.
Yes, hit me with it.
Why are all of your players injured?
Good question. The Premier League is an extremely physical league, so people get injured a lot. Our new signings such as Ziyech and Silva haven't even played in the Premier League, so why are they injured? I don't know. But anyway, the likes of Pulisic is still recovering from an injury, so he's only going to be fully fit, I believe, in a week, unless this is just a cover-up story by Lampard and he's actually going to be thrown into the mix for Sunday.
Alright, last question.
Yes, and then I'm going to ask you a few.
Why do we still have that same shitty goalkeeper?
That's a good question. Who would you like to see instead?
Hasn't Mendy signed?
Wow, I'm impressed that you know that. I'm not sure if you've been listening to me or if you've just done your own research in your spare time.
More like listening to you, but yeah.
I'll go with research in your spare time. Sweet. Yes, Mendy has signed. Kepa isn't the best, especially he's not good at set pieces and long-range shots. So I know our plans are going to be all around Chelsea on Sunday. The whole weekend is basically getting prepped for Sunday. Whatever we do tomorrow is going to be on focus for the Sunday game. So we'll be eating food that is blue, drinking drinks that are like Blue Moon, which is a beer. Anything that even reminds us of blue, we'll be doing. So now your turn. I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding Chelsea. These are some fun trivia questions that maybe you at home don't exactly know, but I think are important to know if you're a Chelsea fan. First question, Danielle. For 100 brownie points, when was Chelsea founded?
1886.
There are 3 guesses. I'll give you 3 guesses.
1903.
That's bloody close.
1906.
That's even closer. It's 1905.
Why?
Next question. Who is Chelsea's all-time leading goal scorer?
Goal scorer? Isn't that Lampard?
Wow! That's impressive. How many times has Chelsea won the Champions League?
Isn't it like only once? A really long time ago? Like 20 years ago or something?
We have only won it once, and it was
16 years ago.
No.
You were young. You were like 10 or 12 or something.
It was 8 years ago.
Okay, so like, that's what I meant, but I said...
I wasn't 10 8 years ago.
You were 15? What were you?
I was basically 16.
You were 15!
I was basically... Who's going to win the Premier League this season?
Chelsea.
Nice. Now, in terms of the home shirt this season, I would like to ask you your opinions about it, and I will share my opinions about it. So, I have pulled up the shirt on her phone. As you can see, I've got it here. It's also on the screen right now. What do you think of this?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm biased because you told me about the 3, and I remember I asked you, like, what's that from? And you told me the sponsor and that it was stupid. So it kind of put in my head that it's stupid. And I like your other Chelsea shirts better, like your Samsung Chelsea shirts.
Yeah, the one I have from last season is a lot better. I agree. I think the 3 is very off-putting, especially how big it is.
Well, and like for me, it doesn't connect to Chelsea, so then I get confused.
But the sponsor doesn't usually. It's just a money thing, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It just seems like more like... It reminds me of other sports, like the jersey when it represents the player.
Yeah, but his Nike...
I mean, like, other sports have a big number to represent the player's number.
They have that on the back of the shirts.
I know, but I guess I'm trying to say is having a big number on the front is throwing me off. Because it seems like almost as if that's a player's number.
I agree. So
like the way it's stationed and the size of it.
So if we look here, you wouldn't play...
It's made out of sustainable materials.
It is?
Yeah, look at the top. That's awesome.
Wow. But would you...
Go Chelsea. I have to say, though, I do like this like underlay pattern. It's like the chevron. Nice chevron underlay pattern.
Would you pay $90 for it? That is the question.
Well, I feel like you're definitely paying to support the sponsor and to basically buy, a shirt in support of, like, what's on it, the Hyundai and the big 3. But...
And Chelsea, obviously.
I wonder how much of the money really goes to Chelsea, though.
No, most of it does. These sponsors pay us money.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess in that sense, wanting to support Chelsea, I wouldn't mind paying that much money, if I felt more excited about wearing that design. I think I'm not thrilled about the design, but I could see paying $90 for a Chelsea shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now, I've been supporting Chelsea for over 15 years. I have around 15, 16 shirts. And this is probably the first home shirt that I'm going to skip in a long time, as I am not a fan of it at all.
It's recycled polyester fabric.
That is awesome. Shout out to the Blues
for
being sustainable.
Wow. I'm into that.
Moving on to our away kit. Personally, out of the home, away, and third kit, the away kit for me is the best. This is the shirt that I am probably wanting most. I haven't had an away shirt in a few years, and this is one that I'm willing to get, and I'm hopefully going to get it as, a Christmas present, a birthday present, all sort of around the same time. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, or even before, who knows, a nice anniversary gift. Now, a lot of people say it looks like pajamas.
Really? I didn't think that at all. But now that you've said it, it's like, I see it.
Other people also says it looks like one of those tops you get in the hospital.
What? I didn't even think about that. They're so right. It's the same color. I was going to say I love the color. I like this shirt. I was going to say, like, the same thing out of the other ones. Like, I really like the black collar and the black sleeves and the black stripe down the side, the little details in the chevron pattern. I think the 3 doesn't look as, like, invasive because it's the same color as the shirt. It looks more like a design than it does like a number. And also it's that recycled polyester, so props to them. But wow, that price is way higher for what?
No, it's only prices. So she's looking at the price of the Vapor shirt, but you know that the price of a Vapor shirt is a lot more expensive. This one is going for $165. Now, the reason that this is so much expensive is due to the fabric, and this is the actual shirt that the players will wear for the game, as it has breathing material and it allows them to sweat easily and not get as hot.
So they sell this design in like a cotton shirt that's cheaper, or a polyester shirt?
They sell this design, but it's not exactly the same breathing materials. So the
Yeah.
ones that you usually buy in a store will go for around $100, and you can get the Vapor shirt that is
Oh, I
around
see.
$165 for a shirt is kind of ridiculous, don't you think?
I mean, yeah, but I can see how it's like super cool because it is the one that.
100%, but you only wear this like for a season or two.
And then, like, are you not allowed to wear it anymore?
No, you can wear it for as long as you want. I'm just saying, then a new shirt comes out. Like, I like to get every shirt, and every shirt comes out every year at the end of the year.
I can't even look at this shirt on.
Yeah, so we're moving on to the third. Now, this shirt is extremely similar to Crystal Palace's shirt. They even did a thing on Instagram saying, "Give us back our shirt." I don't know what the Chelsea designers are doing, how much money they get. I mean, I could have designed a way better shirt than this. This is not even good. This doesn't look promising at all. What do you think?
I mean, I guess I can see where they were going with it for sure. Like, I can see how they were like trying to fade it in and be super cool. And like, I mean, it's hard. There are so many colors and color combinations and like sports designs. I'm sure like they're trying to be original here, which, as you said, clearly they weren't that original. But I don't know. I get the vibe. I just don't like the execution. And I think with the 3 being so unattractive to me to begin with, it kind of throws it off. Like maybe it would have come together better with like a different sponsor logo.
I agree with that.
You know?
For sure.
Like it's like something has to go. Either the 3 has to go or that red-orange color has to go.
For sure.
I wish if it was white or black with that blue fade, that would have been so fresh.
I agree with that. I also think usually the third kit is usually the most unappealing. Also, we will basically hardly ever wear that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. They want to save the better styles for the shirts worn more often, so.
Yeah, but I still love how all of our home, away, and third kit is all used of sustainable materials. And I'd just like to say thank you so much, Danielle, for participating in this video and giving your honest feedback and acting very interested.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited about this game on Sunday. I can't wait. Has been my preview video to the game on Sunday, and I will be doing a review video straight after the game and posting it as soon as possible. I look extremely forward to the next video and seeing you all there. But till then, keep well. See you later.